Can I be honest with you? I actually really enjoy playing Battlefield 2042 right now. Let me explain, because I know exactly what you're thinking. How can anyone enjoy a game with a failed launch that's only now just coming to a playable state? And I know how you feel, because that was me perhaps only a month or two ago. But recently I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 2042. Now originally I just wanted to try it again after the few big updates it received, and noticing it got a little better. But surprisingly I found myself actually having fun and really getting sucked into playing, trying to level up and unlock new weapons. It was all of a sudden fun again. Now, am I alone here, or have you enjoyed playing it recently too? Anyway, I had to dive into this. Why did I feel this way, and how come a lot of other people are still slating it? Personally, I feel a lot of FPS, which has now also stemmed into Battle Royale games, have just become overly competitive. Everyone wants to be the next best player, or who's got the best movement. And I'm not judging here, you can play how you like and how you enjoy the game. But this competitiveness has weirdly evolved to the point of, if you just want to have some fun and play with friends, you're classed as a casual, which often gets perceived as quite a negative term. I think it's important to take a step back and remember games can be fun and relaxing. And personally, this kind of escaped me. I was constantly grinding for the next rank or unlockables, and it honestly kind of made me miserable. I lost the point of gaming in the first place, which is to have fun. I also think with the upcoming release of Modern Warfare 2 and the recent beta we just had, it shifted my perspective. I was just messing around with friends the majority of the time, and it was way more fun than grinding and trying to slide cancel and bunny hop on everyone. Don't get me wrong though, Infinity Ward did a great job with ground war on Modern Warfare 2, but for me it still doesn't compete with what Battlefield is and was, despite it not being perfect. Maybe in a few years Battlefield will really have competition with large-scale Call of Duty, but I feel it's still a long way off. Those large-scale Call of Duty maps, although a huge improvement to ground war, still didn't quite scratch that itch I was looking for. So what is it I'm looking for? Why do I enjoy Battlefield 2042? Believe me, I really wanted to answer this question. So I thought about it, and perhaps for me it's the most relaxing shooter there is at the moment. It's not overly competitive, and I consider it to be a pretty casual shooter, and you can play at whatever pace you like. After the new updates, it's in a much better place than it used to be. Sure, some things could still use work, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's much better than it was, and I can happily sink a few hours into it without being bored or frustrated. And I think that's the most important thing. Enjoyment. I like the gunplay, it runs smooth on my PlayStation 5, and while it's different to previous Battlefields, I'm open to trying new things. Sure, it may not have worked as DICE wanted, and strayed a bit far from what Battlefield is, but for me, it's still fun. I would have liked a nice polished game from the start, but I'm glad they're actively working on it, and I like the direction it's going in. Now, while it may have taken a year to get here, I'm glad I picked it up again. Everyone's got an opinion, and I feel now more than ever, people focus too much on the negatives rather than the positives and what's right in front of them. Now, if you're looking for more positives, you can watch more of my content by clicking on the screen. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.